There are moments in life when the silence of your room feels heavier than the loudest storm outside. You sit there, staring at the ceiling, replaying every failure, every mistake, every unanswered prayer. You wonder why the world feels so distant, why the doors you knocked on never opened, why the dreams you held close seem to fade like smoke in your hands. There's a loneliness in that space, a suffocating emptiness that whispers lies, telling you that maybe you're not enough, maybe the universe has forgotten you, maybe your destiny belongs to someone else. And yet, deep down, a fragile voice stirs inside you, soft and quiet, almost drowned out by the noise of fear. It whispers, "Wait, don't give up. There is more." This voice is not random. It is not your imagination. It is the spark of something eternal, something divine. And if you lean close enough, if you allow yourself to feel it, you'll realize that within the very silence that haunts you lives the secret that can transform your entire life. Silence is not emptiness. Silence is not weakness. Silence is the sacred ground where miracles are born. It is the hidden chamber where your dreams gather strength, where your destiny prepares itself to shine. And the truth is, those who are chosen, those who carry light in a world consumed by darkness, they are always asked to protect certain things. Because what you reveal too soon, what you expose carelessly, can be stolen, poisoned, or destroyed before it has the chance to bloom. Think about it. Every time you shared your deepest dream with someone who couldn't understand it, didn't they doubt you? Didn't their words plant seeds of fear inside your heart? Every time you let your victories slip into the open too early, didn't you feel the sting of envy, the hidden hands pulling against you? Every time you exposed your family's struggles to outsiders, didn't it only multiply the pain? The world is not always kind. Not everyone is rooting for your rise, and this is why silence is your crown. This is why mystery is your armor. This is why there are certain treasures of the soul that should remain untold, at least until the right time. But here's the paradox. While silence feels lonely, it is also the most powerful statement you could ever make. It confuses those who try to read you. It disarms those who try to sabotage you. It protects your heart like a fortress of gold. And when the moment is right, when your foundation is unshakable, the silence itself will break open like dawn, revealing the life you were meant to live. Until then, your task is to guard the sacred, to protect the whispers of destiny, to keep close to your chest the secrets that heaven has trusted you with. There are secrets the chosen ones must never reveal, not because they are shameful, not because they are unworthy, but because they are precious, fragile, and too powerful to be wasted on careless ears. One of them is your future. Those visions that flash before you in the middle of the night. Those golden pictures of a life filled with abundance, freedom, wealth, love. Those are not accidents. They are divine seeds planted inside your spirit. And like seeds, they require soil, time, and protection. Share them too soon, and the frost of doubt will kill them. Expose them to envy, and the weeds of negativity will choke them. Dreams need silence, the way diamonds need darkness before they shine. They need incubation, the warmth of patience, the covering of prayer. And when they finally rise, when the tree bursts from the soil, it will be undeniable. Until then, let your silence guard your vision like velvet guarding a jewel. And it's not just your future, your family, your home, the people closest to your heart. They too deserve protection. Not every argument needs to be broadcasted. Not every weakness deserves the spotlight. What is sacred must remain sacred. Imagine your family as a palace. Would you leave the doors wide open for strangers to wander in, criticize, laugh, and gossip, No, you would guard it. You would lock it. You would invite only the trusted few. Because once the dignity of your family is stained in public, it can never return untouched. Love heals best in private. Forgiveness blooms best behind closed doors. Protect your circle. Guard your sanctuary. Because the world is always waiting to feast on someone else's chaos. Don't give them your home as entertainment. And when your first victories arrive, when that promotion finally comes, when the money begins to flow, when you see the first spark of success after years of drought, keep it quiet. Not forever, just for a while. The most dangerous moment for a ship is not in the storm, but when it leaves the harbor, fragile and untested. That is when a single wave can sink it. Your success is the same. In its early stages, it is tender, delicate. Show it off too soon, and envy will strike. Announce it before it's stable, and pressure will crush it. But if you let it grow quietly, if you water it in silence, if you allow it to take root deep beneath the soil, then no force on earth can stop it. Patience is not delay. Patience is protection. And what about wealth? Money is not evil, but flaunting it is dangerous. In this age of social media, everyone wants to display their new car, their expensive trip, their luxury watch. But real wealth doesn't scream. Real wealth whispers. The billionaire in the corner wearing a simple sweater is often richer than the man flashing diamonds on every finger. Because the true rich don't need to prove anything. They know that abundance is safest when it's quiet. Money, like water, flows best when protected. Expose it, and it evaporates. Hide it, nurture it, and it multiplies into rivers, into oceans. Don't measure your value by applause. Don't measure your worth by likes. True abundance is measured in freedom, in peace, in the ability to sleep at night knowing that you are untouchable. And then, there are the divine encounters, the spiritual whispers that belong only to you. Maybe you've felt them in your dreams, maybe in those still moments of prayer, maybe in the quiet when the universe seemed to speak directly to your heart. These moments are not for public display. They are holy. They are jewels meant for your soul alone. Some secrets are meant to be carried, not shared. Some visions are too sacred to be reduced into casual conversations. Protect them, guard them, treasure them, because those whispers are the blueprint of your greatness, the private notes from heaven written only for your eyes. Can you feel the power of this silence? It's not a cage, it's not punishment, it's preparation. The universe hides you not because you are forgotten, but because you are chosen. Diamonds are formed in the dark. Seeds grow in the soil. Babies develop in the womb. Greatness always begins unseen. And so does yours. Every time you feel invisible, every time you feel ignored, remember, you are not being rejected. You are being prepared. The silence is your training ground. The mystery is your shelter. The hiddenness is your strength. One day, the world will see. One day, the crown will be placed on your head. The spotlight will find you. The wealth will overflow. The blessings will be undeniable. But until then, stay silent. Stay wise. Protect what's sacred. Guard your destiny with the strength of a warrior and the patience of a saint. Because when your time comes, it will not be a whisper. It will be a thunderclap. It will not be a question. It will be a proclamation. And the very people who doubted you, the very voices that mocked your silence, will stand in awe as you rise into the abundance that was always yours. There comes a point when you realize that silence is not the absence of sound. It is the language of destiny. It speaks in ways louder than thunder, and yet only those who are patient enough can hear it. When you choose silence, the world may misunderstand you. They may think you are weak, shy, or lost. They may think you don't know what you're doing. But the truth is, your silence is not ignorance. It is strategy. It is the same silence that kings carry before they strike. The same silence oceans hold before unleashing a wave. The same silence the universe keeps before revealing miracles. You must understand this. The reason some doors have not opened yet is not because you are unworthy, but because they are not ready for you. Imagine walking into a palace that isn't fully built. The paint is wet, the pillars are unstable, the windows are unfinished. Would you move in? No. You'd wait for the palace to be complete so that you could enjoy it in its fullness. In the same way, life makes you wait, not to punish you, but to prepare the palace of your destiny so that when you step into it, nothing will collapse under your feet. And in that waiting, silence is your greatest friend. There is a kind of power in being underestimated. When you keep your plans hidden, when you don't reveal every detail of your vision, people assume you have nothing going on. They assume you are small. They assume you are harmless. And that's exactly when you are most dangerous, because you are moving in silence, building in silence, preparing in silence. By the time they realize what you are doing, it will be too late. Your roots will already be deep, your foundation already unshakable, your success already undeniable. That is the magic of mystery. That is the brilliance of silence. Think of the wealthiest men and women in history. The true empire builders never announced every step of their journey. They didn't brag about the seeds they were planting. They let the fruit speak for itself. The most powerful warriors didn't scream before the battle. They let their victories tell the story. Even nature itself hides greatness. Gold is buried. Diamonds are buried. Oil is buried. Everything valuable is hidden first, discovered later. So why would your dreams be any different? If what is inside you is truly valuable, it will first demand silence. But silence is not just about hiding. It's about protecting. Imagine carrying a treasure chest through a marketplace, shouting about it to strangers. How long before someone tries to rob you? That's what happens when you reveal too much too soon. There are people who do not want to see you win. There are those whose envy burns hotter than fire. And the moment you show them your gold, they will plot against you. Not everyone around you smiles out of love. Some smile out of jealousy. Some cheer only so they can watch you stumble. And silence disarms them. It denies them the information they need to hurt you. And then there's another truth. Silence sharpens your mind. When you stop announcing every thought, you start listening more. You hear the subtle whispers of the universe. You notice the signs you used to miss. In silence, your intuition grows sharper. Your spirit grows stronger. You begin to see not with your eyes, but with your soul. And that vision is priceless. It guides you where logic cannot. It takes you through doors you never imagined could open. Let me tell you something no one ever told you. Your silence is wealth. Yes, it is currency. Every secret you keep, every plan you protect, every divine moment you preserve is like money saved in a spiritual bank. And one day, that bank will overflow with interest. But if you spend it too soon, if you speak too soon, you bankrupt yourself. Silence is saving. Silence is investing. Silence is multiplying what the universe has given you. Think about your victories for a moment. The very first signs of breakthrough, the first check after months of struggle, the first opportunity after endless rejection, the first glow of love after years of loneliness. These are fragile beginnings. They are like newborn babies. Would you place a newborn in the middle of a busy street? No. You would hold it close, protect it, keep it safe until it was strong enough to walk on its own. Your victories deserve the same care. Hold them close until they are strong enough to stand without collapsing. The same applies to your wealth. Abundance is not about showing the world what you have. It is about knowing that no one can take it away from you. The man who flaunts his money is enslaved by opinions. The man who hides his money is free. Which would you rather be? If you must choose between applause and freedom, always choose freedom. Because applause fades. But freedom, the ability to live on your own terms, to wake up and decide your day, to know you are untouchable, that is priceless. And then there are those sacred moments, the spiritual encounters. You know the ones. That dream that felt more real than reality. That whisper in your heart that you couldn't explain. That prayer that left you trembling because you knew someone was listening. These are not for everyone. If you share them with people who don't understand, they will laugh. If you tell them to people who envy you, they will mock. And in doing so, you cheapen what was holy. Some moments are too divine to be explained. They must be carried in silence, nurtured like fire in the night. Because those encounters are not stories. They are instructions, blueprints, revelations. They are the universe's way of shaping you for what's to come. You see, everything about your life is moving toward something bigger. Even the nights of loneliness, even the seasons of waiting, even the pain that feels endless. Nothing is wasted. Every delay is divine timing. Every silence is divine protection. Every hidden season is divine preparation. The universe is not ignoring you, it is training you. And when the moment arrives, when the gates open, when the silence finally breaks, the world will not see just a person. They will see a phenomenon. They will see someone who was forged in shadows, polished in silence, and revealed in glory. The climax of your story will not be subtle. It will not be small. When your time comes, it will feel like a storm breaking after years of drought. It will feel like gold pouring into your hands after years of emptiness. It will feel like light exploding in every direction after endless darkness. The world will look at you and say, "Where did this person come from?" They won't understand the nights you cried. They won't understand the secrets you kept. They won't understand the silence you endured. But you will know. You will know that silence was your womb, your fortress, your weapon. So walk with confidence. Do not be afraid of being misunderstood. Do not fear being invisible. Do not rush to prove yourself. Protect what is sacred. Guard what is holy. Nurture what is fragile. Because you are not just living a life. You are building a legend. And legends are not written overnight. They are carved slowly, quietly, carefully, until one day they shine so brightly that no one can deny them. Your silence is not emptiness. It is fullness waiting to explode. Your silence is not weakness. It is power waiting to be revealed. And your silence is not rejection. It is proof that you are chosen, protected, guided by forces greater than you can imagine. The day will come when you no longer need to speak. Your life itself will thunder with victory, wealth, abundance, and divine glory. And when that day arrives, the world will understand why you kept quiet for so long. They will understand that silence was never about hiding. It was about preparing for the moment when destiny itself would shout your name across the heavens. There is a strange beauty in walking through life unseen. At first, it feels unfair. You wonder why the world overlooks you, why your efforts go unnoticed, why the spotlight always seems to shine on someone else. But in that quiet invisibility, something sacred is happening. Your roots are digging deeper into the soil of destiny. Your soul is being shaped in ways applause could never shape it. Because applause can make you reckless. Attention can make you careless. But silence, it humbles you. It matures you. It builds a strength that no storm can destroy. Every great story begins in obscurity. Kings are not crowned in public before they are tested in private. Warriors are not trusted with swords until they have mastered discipline in silence. Even the universe itself began in darkness before it burst into light. So if you feel hidden right now, if you feel unseen, it's not because you are forgotten. It's because you are being prepared. You are being built in silence so that when your moment comes, you will not only rise, you will remain. But here's the truth. Most people don't realize. The world does not reward those who shout the loudest. It rewards those who endure the longest. And endurance is born in silence. That's why the chosen ones, the ones marked for greatness, must master the art of keeping what's sacred hidden. Because the moment you reveal your treasures to those who cannot handle them, you invite destruction. Every secret you share is a seed. If you plant it in poisoned soil, it will wither. If you plant it in sacred ground, it will flourish. Silence is the sacred ground. Look around you. The wealthiest empires, the greatest inventions, the most profound revolutions, they all began in silence. Not in conferences, not in announcements, not in noise, but in solitude. A single mind, in quiet, protecting an idea the world was not yet ready to see. And when the time was right, when the idea was mature, it came forth like fire, unstoppable and undeniable. That same fire burns inside you, and your silence is the match protecting it from the wind. There is something intoxicating about mystery. When people cannot figure you out, they cannot control you. When they cannot predict your next move, they cannot sabotage you. Mystery makes you powerful. Think about the figures of history who captured the world's imagination. Not because they revealed everything, but because they revealed nothing until the time was right. Power grows in shadows. Influence is shaped in whispers. Silence is not emptiness, it is strategy. And yet, silence is not only for your protection, it is also for your alignment. In the stillness, you hear the universe clearer than in the noise. The distractions fade, the chaos quiets, and in that quiet, you begin to feel guided. Have you noticed how answers often come when you stop speaking? How clarity comes not in noise but in stillness. That is because silence is not absence, it is presence. Presence of the divine. Presence of truth. Presence of guidance.